Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Y'all want to get a cheers? I feel like we
got
to
to
the cheers. One time to the most
Hold on. Why is his brown though?
Man, listen, yeah, because you already know this brother be on that brown water, man.
Listen, don't watch that.
That water, man. What's her name?
He drinking in that Florida water.
The Florida water. I said Ari Lennox. Oh, I wound out.
I had some Florida water the other day. I got out of the shower.
What's that?
Put a little Florida water on.
Nah, the question is, I was about to say something like
spiritual shooting.
I had to make you feel like real fresh. Nah, it do.
Zion.
That Florida water. It get mystical, man, for certain people, but when you know the truth, you know the truth, you know what I mean?
Once again, it's on, man. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all have chosen to pull up with your brethren digitally. Hopefully one day we can get what you call it, a live pod via like Facebook or something like that. Or
YouTube. We were saying that one day, you know what I mean? Hopefully we do get the live pod going, because people have been asking. Yeah, they want to see a live pod. So I mean, you know, maybe one day soon we will definitely bring that. You know,
people have been asking, man. Live pod coming to a place near you. So y'all have chosen, man, to pull up with us where we are really in the business. Now, when I talk about I got to do it like this. We are really in the business.
You have one point when you do that.
Right. We're sophisticated. We're really in the business of uplifting the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American household. We are parting with a purpose.
Chiefly.
We are parting with a purpose chiefly. You about to say something?
Hey, man, I was thinking when you doing this, man, you know, somebody gonna say you throwing up Illuminati sign.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
brother can't do nothing. Brother can't do a peace sign. Peace down. Let's do peace down. Brothers can't do nothing. You can't do nothing, man.
Throwing up some type of Illuminati hand symbol.
Brothers be getting into that conspiracy bag, man.
Word.
So, y'all, what is this? Episode 18?
Episode 18.
We are welcoming y'all to episode 18. I want to say a round of applause, man, for episode 18.
What?
I'll be alone in my applause. I'll be alone. 18. Y'all don't even know how hard it is.
It's been a long time coming, man.
It's so difficult, man. So, we are the Breadfellas podcast, man, where it ain't got to be the last supper to break bread.
Pita bread, loaves of bread.
Just not now.
Yeah.
Just not
Matzah.
now. The matzah bread, the unleavened bread, man. Y'all look into
bread.
that. Currently, we are in the midst of what's called the week of unleavened bread.
Oh, and we got to thank Brother Zamar because he saved us. We found out that certain chips have yeast in it.
Oh,
That's crazy.
yeah, that's true.
Had to put it back.
That's true, because you know the average man, woman, and child in the bodega doesn't care about your salvation.
They do not care about your
They're gonna
salvation.
sell you cigarettes. They're gonna sell you Dutch Masters, White House. They're gonna sell you that Fonto. They're gonna sell you the K2.
They're gonna sell you everything that's haram.
Yeah, everything that's haram, they're gonna sell you. But you know what you gonna do? So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, you gonna walk into that bodega and call them Ak. You're my brother. You gonna walk in there with your cape on. That's what you gonna do, man, because you don't know no better. But that's all right. That's all right. That's why we are here for you, the Breadfellas podcast, man. So I am Brother Zamar, a.k.a. Spiritual Shooter, blocka. Tell them who you are, man, to my right.
I'm Brother Zion and Lion Zion.
Just know that. That's right, man. Tell them who you are, brother.
I'm Brother Free as the wind. I'm switching it up this week.
You switching it up, Brother Free as the wind. Hold on, I still gotta get this though.
Free smoke, free smoke, hey. Free smoke, free smoke, hey. Free smoke, free smoke.
I'm Brother Free as the wind, man. There you go.
I am a free man.
That's right, man. I got so many drops for this brother right here.
That brother got all the drops,
This
yo.
brother got all the drops, man. So,
Unlimited drops.
So, man, it is not a dream. You might say it's a drill. But we still in the midst of coronavirus. Quarantine, yo. We still in the midst of quarantine, yo.
Ain't much to do.
A lot of people out here, because y'all are people, so we sympathize and we also empathize.
That's a fact.
But a lot of y'all, man, y'all gotta get it together. Y'all gotta get it together during this quarantine time, man. People out here catching what they calling anxiety. Some people, if they might be fortunate enough to have a balcony or a terrace, that's what's up. But y'all going out here and y'all making these videos, y'all looking crazy.
Right, like you having claustrophobia.
Claustrophobia. You cursing out all your kids.
Right.
What else they doing, man? We saw the one sister, what she did?
Yo,
She cut the
listen.
plastic bag and laid it down.
Oh, hey, oh
You
man.
getting bored, bro, your content, your content is
brother,
getting
right?
watered down.
Yeah. Listen, man. If y'all ain't know, y'all gonna learn
This
today.
brother's hot.
I don't care if y'all like, understand it, believe it, accept it or not. We, before you, we three are kings of contentious content, man. So listen, yo. Listen, I don't care who's watching this. I don't care your affiliation to me. I don't care. Nah, I care if your affiliation to these brothers. I care about that. But I don't care about your affiliation to me. If we gonna talk about things, if you wildin', you wildin'. If you bugging, you bugging. If you wrong, you wrong. If you right, you right. We gonna talk about it here. And that's why y'all jack us, yo, at the Bread Fellows podcast.
Who said they jack us though?
A lot of people say they jack us.
They say they jack us, but
Yeah.
they really jack us.
Well, we'll see when them live tickets are sold and we see who shows up to
Who
the
shows up, right?
We see who shows up, man.
Hey man, yo, did y'all see there was a clip of, I don't know what she was. She was probably a stripper, because you know strip clubs are shut down right now. So you know.
Well, you know, Insta Live is turning to the new strip club.
Oh,
That is the new strip club.
But she had fireworks sticking out of her vagina
Oh my gosh.
and had like the grandma there feeding the baby with another child there, and I'm like, oh man, how low have we gone?
How low can you go? You
This
see the
is getting
extents
crazy.
and the lengths that our brothers and sisters go to entertain themselves.
This is crazy.
I know I've seen things going around where they talk about, yo, don't let nobody pressure you into having to come up with super productive things during the quarantine. You seen memes like that? Yo, take this time to really look within yourself and just breathe and relax and be cool. That's cool. That's cool or whatever. That's cool. But the opposite of productivity, I feel like, is
How long can you do that?
Stagnant.
yeah.
How long can you do that though? Like seriously, you come out with a meme like that. I feel people who come out with memes like that know that they're not productive at all. And that's just their excuse. Because how long can you just breathe and be like,
yeah, what you
And
gonna
not
be
do
doing,
nothing.
man? Come on, do something.
Yo,
like damn.
I know.
Listen, I
But
started.
not what y'all been doing, which is looking crazy, putting fireworks in your vajayjay.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I've been writing poetry, you
You
know,
been writing
drawing a
poetry?
little bit.
You know, drill poetry.
Nah,
Oh, drill poetry or like
you know,
Romeo and Juliet type.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Word?
You know the bars.
You know, after
The
the
bars.
government and all they lies.
The bars,
you know what I
okay.
mean? You know,
Okay, nice. That's what's up.
type of vibes.
What was the other thing you said? Poetry and what else?
You know, a little drawing here and there. You know what I
Little
mean?
drawing?
Just getting back to the feng shui.
Right.
Okay.
That artisticness.
What about you, my brother? What you been up to still?
Man, listen.
Last we heard you was pacing in here. You said like you felt like you was in prison.
Yo, bro, I've been doing big push-ups.
Hey, that's productive.
That
You're working
is.
on the temple.
Me and his brother was in here.
Working on the temple, right? Yeah, you're right.
On the
Yeah,
temple.
we building up our temple. You know, really, I still been working remotely, so I really never stopped working. I tried to get a little bit more productive with my auxiliary endeavors.
Right, bring it out. Tell them one time, because you never brought. I feel like you never brought out
Oh, yeah.
one of these other endeavors of yours.
Oh yeah. Just to let y'all know, man, I have a organic hygienics line called Fire and Soap Organics.
Right, no shameless plug. This is our podcast. We can say whatever we want to say.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. You know, I invested more time in that, and you know, trying to get everything in stock. And yeah, we're gonna push. We're gonna really push. You know, I'm trying to provide, you know, more of that for more people. You know, because right now it's been kind of a word of mouth thing that I've been, you know, kind of giving to people and selling to people around the neighborhood. But I'm gonna bring it to this digital platform and try to, you know, broaden my fingerprint, as they say.
And it's made for our people.
Yes, sir.
Get your skin right, man.
I'm trying.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
trying, man. See, you see, that's easy for brothers like this brother to say, man. This brother's skin is impeccable, yo. Brothers like me, nah. Brothers like me need soap like this from this brother, man.
How does the soap work for you when you use it?
When I use it, it actually works really well. I just have a huge problem with being consistent. That's what it is for me. I have a huge problem with being consistent.
Heard you. But to the point that this brother was making about being productive, like on my TL, I've been seeing mad people talk about like, yo, listen, you're a dub if you didn't come up with any new idea or any business plan during this quarantine. You're a dub. Like, like that's the energy that's on my TL, because you know I got brothers and sisters trying to get things done.
Yeah, you got productive people.
Yeah, and I feel like you should try to push forward, some type of idea, because I'm really just not a proponent of working a job and then dying and you can't pass that job down to your children.
Exactly. You know what's crazy is that right now, actually, is what people been asking for years of working at their jobs. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you working every day. You don't got time to do nothing else. It's work, home, back to work. You feel like you don't got time to work on you. But you still got to get paid. You know what I mean? So now you're getting paid, getting a stimulus check, and you're not doing nothing.
Oh, speak to that.
This is the perfect time.
Have you gotten a stimulus?
No, I want my money.
Bro,
where's my money?
Have you gotten a stimulus check?
No, I ain't got mine yet.
And I haven't either.
I want my
What
bread.
is going on here, man?
No,
Bread fellows can't get no bread? Just because we bread fellows?
They only want the
going
spiritual
on?
bread. That's what we get, man.
Yeah, I mean, I take the spiritual bread before
That's what
anything.
we get.
Anyway,
The spiritual notion, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't got no notifications that said it's pending.
Nothing.
I ain't got notifications that said, brother, we got you. I ain't got none of these notifications.
I'm starting to think brothers and sisters is lying out there posting they posts, talking about they got it.
They not gonna give it to me.
No, they not lying, because this brother's mother's check is pending in her account.
How you know that?
What?
But she said it.
Nah. Hold on. How you know my mom's check is pending? Yo, that's funny. I didn't even know that. Nah, we was saying that.
Damn.
Yo, cut the pod, man. What's that? You want to tell me something, my brother? Come on, tell me something. How you know the secrecy, man? That's funny, man. Nah, we was all together. My mom was with us, and she shared that information.
But shout outs to your mom too. She's a great sister.
Yeah. My mom is a road dog, man. My mom is a road dog. So I mean, shout out to y'all brothers and sisters who have received your check. What would be the first thing you would do if you that $1,200? Because $1,200 really in New York is really not even.
That's no money.
All that.
Yo, $1,200 in New York is.
That's damn near studio apartment rent sometimes.
That's not even studio.
That's a little less than
that's for your room.
Man.
That's for your room. You're paying for your room before utilities.
I'm getting some Yeezys.
Yeah, like I'm gonna invest money. I ain't gonna hold you.
I done saved up money already. I don't need that $1,200. Let me just do something for myself. I don't need that $1,200. I'll use it.
Yo, brother, say I'm getting some Yeezys, man, straight way. Listen, man, it's your money.
No, I'm investing mine. I ain't gonna hold you. Mine's
what you gonna invest it in?
Because I just have a problem with getting money in my hand and then spending all of that money and then it's gone. Like I like getting money and now putting that money towards making more money. Like
you're right.
Especially when it's free money. Like it's not money that I need that's tied to any bill or any responsibility, because everything is taken care of, all praise to the Most High. But being able to put that money towards working for me, investing it, if you will.
Okay, you're right. Now I'm probably just spend $300 on Yeezys.
Yeah, I'm still gonna get the Yeezys though. He's like, you're right. I'm only gonna spend $300 on the Yeezys then.
Well, you treat yourself, but you
gotta treat yourself though, man. You gotta treat yourself.
You gotta treat yourself.
When last time you treated yourself?
Yeah, listen. That's important, brother.
Which is interesting because I feel like sitting in the middle of y'all is these sort of polarities where you might off the rip say, yo, Yeezys. As in, I'm treating myself, and you saying, yo, I want to invest it, flip it, if you will. And then I ask you when the last time you treated yourself, and there's a bit of pondering at that moment, right? It's because that speaks to the, I want to say maybe the mentalities. None of them are wrong per se or right, but I just feel like it speaks to y'all person. You know what I'm saying? So when would you say the last time you treated yourself? Not like, well, yeah, whatever you want to say. I was going to say like not like a dinner or something. Like, when was the last time you treated yourself?
I bought some Yeezys. Like, yeah, I got Yeezys.
That brothers love the Yeezys, huh?
Yeah, I bought a pair of Yeezys. But like recently, like it's probably been a few months since I treated myself to something. Yeah, it's been a couple months.
Because I feel like that falls into the bag of self-care.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people where they want to take care of their skin, they want to do Pilates, they want to do yoga, you want to do all these other things, which is cool. but don't do yoga with any of these Eastern philosophy practices.
Meditation,
Right. Yeah,
trying to open your chakras to demons.
Yeah. These so-called
Listen, man.
chakras, man. Chakras don't exist.
Hey,
Woo!
Hey,
Now they don't want to deal with that.
Nah, they don't
Now
wanna
you
deal with
offended.
that.
Now they turning the part on.
Yeah. Now somebody burning sage right now is offended.
listen, chakras don't got nothing to do with black people, man. Listen, we don't need no chakras. We are the chakra.
Right,
If you
listen.
want to get technical, we are the chosen seed, man. We are that. We are the universe, man. Whatever we think comes into fruition, man. The Most High is our tower, man. Anything we need, anything we want, He will answer because we are that chosen seed, man.
Right.
Y'all thinking that we need to do all this extra stuff, meditate on the balcony with an orange on your head, with the flower going through the middle, and all this extra crap. Get right, man.
Get right, man.
It's a fact. It's very easy, man. Because the Most High don't, serving the Lord is not hard. It's not difficult.
It's not difficult, man.
And you see Him work. When you start following certain commandments, you actually see things working in your favor. Like, no lie, with this whole virus thing, I swear, I haven't worried about money. I haven't worried about nothing, really. Everything just happens. It just falls into place. Like, things are just automatically given to me. People are calling me with more options of getting things just off of their strength. Like, yo, we want to make sure you're good. Know what I mean?
Right.
I don't have to do much, and that's a beautiful thing. Like, I'm doing swell, and that's because of the Most High, man. All praises, man. Know what I mean? Once you start doing things that He wants you to do, He's gonna look out for you, automatic, man.
That's a fact.
Everybody following laws will tell you the same thing. Know what I mean? The people that got it hard are the ones that, know what I mean? You doing the devil's work out here.
Yeah.
But,
Know what I mean?
to the point, because I don't want to get it twisted. A lot of people think that when you come to serve the Lord, it's like you serving a genie, and all you got to do is rub the lamp 3 times.
No, you're gonna go through it.
You're going to go through it.
You're gonna go through it.
And I think a lot of people, a lot of times, that's what deters them from serving the Lord, because they want
Listen.
they want to come in and they want it to just be abounding blessings coming from
It's
the
not
heavens.
it's not gonna be that.
No, the Most High is going to try and prove you, and then sometimes the Most High has to take you through difficulties
Of course.
to purge you or
course.
to reveal certain things about yourself to you.
Of course.
And and you can even glory. You're supposed to glory in those times. Like serving the Lord is being able to glory in the times of tribulation when it's not sweet.
Right.
You feel me? That's really when I really see if you really on that type of time, or you really about that life, as they say.
See, that's why I said key word. I really didn't have to worry about money. But I've been going through the shits, everything else. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, listen, man.
Yeah.
Pardon the language, but like it's real. One thing could be handled, but you're still going to go through a lot of other things.
Right.
Not, you know what I mean? So pick your poison, you know what I mean?
But you have
But you got the strength to
deal
deal with
the
it.
strength to deal with it. So
Exactly.
like you improving upon what they call your constitution.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You improving upon that and keeping that intact.
Exactly.
And a lot of y'all brothers and sisters, man, that feel like if and when you talk about spirituality, that isn't complementary in conversations of science. A lot of times, brothers and sisters will sort of paint you in the corner, thinking that you got to choose one or the other, science and or spirituality.
Spirituality is the science.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I'm gonna hip you to something. I hope that it's not. I don't think it's too deep at all. But a lot of atheists and agnostics that you have conversations with that be like, it's all about the science, and I relish science and to have a particular knowledge and know what's what, up is down and down is up, yada yada yada. Ask them to name a famous atheist. Ask them to name a famous agnostic.
They can't because
The modern scientists, those that have brought in this new age and this new wave of thinking, what we would call today
they
atheists.
read the Bible.
They read the Bible.
Yeah, they were
They called
alchemists.
themselves Christians.
Exactly.
They might have considered themselves alchemists, and they also came into the realm of science by way of observing the natural things around them. And it was because of their reverence for a deity or something greater than themselves that they got into trying to figure out why are things the way they are. I'll end with this point on that. Science, brothers and sisters, is only going to ever explain the how. But you're never going to be able to get from science the why.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're never gonna be able to get from science to why. Science is not gonna explain why we love one another. Science is not gonna explain the origin of man. Science is not gonna be able to jack these certain things. And these are the questions our brothers and sisters have. There's a certain discipline of learning that I really champion, which is called the philosophy of science. Y'all brothers and sisters, y'all should get into that if at all y'all care about trying to answer the questions of the world, which would question the sort of truths of science. Now, of course, we know that all of this is already in the Bible. I'm just trying to make it in a sort of layman's terms for brothers and sisters that might not be jacking the Bible. There was a sister that asked us, right? She might be watching now, Monica. I don't even know if she's a sister. I'm just reveal yourself, Monica. Who you are?
Monica, we want to know who you are.
Monica, reveal who you are, Monica B. Because that person is always commenting on our channel, which is dope. We encourage that. But she recently had a comment, which was what? She was, how do y'all know
How do
that
we
y'all...
know this is the truth?
How do you know
because
that's the truth?
the whole world understands who we are as the people. The whole world knows that we're the real Jews. Everybody's saying it. Everybody knows it. And if you don't know that's because the Most High doesn't want you to know at this point. Second, there is all the secret societies you could think of put the Bible on a pedestal. Because you know why? They understand that to know the Bible is to control everything in its entirety. Even the people who own the book, which is us. They got to understand our weaknesses.
Look at that movie, The Book of Eli.
You understand?
That's what we was talking about.
All of our weaknesses are in this book. You understand what I'm saying? This is what they use to destroy us. Where we could use it to better ourselves and destroy them, we lack.
And they also use it to try to manipulate prophecy.
Oh, of course.
And dance around it.
Oh, of course.
You know, because they understand what's to come, so they try to use preventative measures to counteract prophecy.
And that's really, and the brother using the word prophecy, that's really what we hang our hat on, which keeps us so glued to this being as valid as we say it is.
Because it's happening.
Prophecy of the past, prophecy of the present. So 2 out of the 3, the third one being the future, it would behoove us to be able to say, listen, I'm going to put my money on whatever this book is saying about the future. That's going to happen because I see the past has unfolded and I see things going on right now.
Listen.
And then also, hold on, last point about that. Archaeology also speaks to the Bible's validity and our doctrine being the doctrine of truth, and also history, and countless testimonies.
Yep.
But countless testimonies that bear witness to that.
You know what's funny though is that people are questioning us saying that we the real Jews and chosen people, but y'all thinking y'all gonna see a Sphinx with wings flying from the sky.
Right.
With Ra on top with the one eye. Come on, people. Come on. It just doesn't make sense, man. Like, seriously.
Our people are in the midst of that folly, man, and
Like,
that's
for
why
real.
you want to make a point.
No.
Our people are in the midst of that folly, and again, I would hope that y'all brothers and sisters that pull up and y'all click on our thumbnail at Breadfellows Podcast, y'all do so because y'all really want to be able to hear the non-politically correct views of brothers that actually care for and reverence something greater than themselves.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? To where there's a lot of knowledge to be learned in this world, but there's very few brothers and sisters that actually exude any amount of wisdom.
And that's the principal thing.
That's the principal thing.
Knowledge
And
is
with
just
that-
to know.
And you got to get understanding with that.
You gotta get understanding. The knowledge is just to know something.
Yeah.
You can know something,
And not understand it.
not understand it, and not
That's
know how
very
to
true.
apply that which
Exactly.
you know.
Very
That's
true.
what wisdom comes
And
in.
what's the point of knowing something if you can't apply it to your everyday life?
And that's what we should be doing. You should be applying what it is that you learn and or wisdom to your kids, to your cousins, to your peers.
Exactly.
We should just all be in the business of trying to make everybody better.
Exactly.
But it can't be by how this brother wants to do it, by how I want to do it, by how he wants to do it. Let's just say this brother grew up in Kentucky. If I grew up in California, this brother grew up in New York, the way his father raised him would be complete. I might not have even had a father. So how can we say we know how we should go forward as a people just predicated upon how we were raised.
Exactly.
That's huge self-righteous.
No
You being hella self-righteous don't make no sense.
That's why we have a set of rules and a moral compass to abide by as
codified
a
law.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Law,
so
exactly.
these laws, people don't understand. These laws would have our nation is at peace and prospering if we were following everything. Like, there is nothing wrong with these laws.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. And when you have when you know something, I have a theory that to know something is one thing. You just know.
All right, hold on. Let me bring you in. Brother say he got a theory.
Just know that.
All right, come on.
So my theory is this: you can know something, but usually wisdom comes by way of experience.
Right.
Because a lot of times you'll know something, or you'll think something. You'll think you know it, because you don't know you know it until you know. So you'll know something. Then certain things will happen in your life that will validate what it is you thought you knew, and that solidifies it. So now you understand what it is you know, and that's where the wisdom can be applied.
And it might challenge what you thought you knew. You know what I mean? It can
Absolutely.
challenge it as well, but again, it always
Absolutely.
comes back to that wisdom.
Exactly.
It comes back to the wisdom, because wisdom ultimately is what allows you to be able to navigate with what it is you know.
Exactly.
And that's really the important thing. It's not just to know a bunch of stuff, because we live in this in a time where people are fixated upon learning a bunch of facts just so they can intellectually masturbate.
Intellectually masturbate.
You feel me?
Woo! That's right. Give it to them.
And that's not profitable. Really, that's why the scriptures tell us that the principal thing is the wisdom.
Wisdom is supposed to be your first wife.
Wisdom.
This is a fact. You're supposed to be able to herald that. And for a lot of y'all sisters that be on this feminist trip, thinking that brothers that speak in a particular context about women, the scriptures actually give reverence to wisdom, and it likens it onto a woman.
Yeah, it personifies wisdom as a woman.
As a woman.
Yeah.
I would venture to say, y'all brothers can chime, I'd venture to say that is because a woman and her energy and her person is enough to be able to make you or break you. And so is this wisdom.
That's a fact.
So is this wisdom.
Yeah.
Because a woman scorned, as we say, right, will really jack you up.
Yeah, could destroy you.
Could just destroy
and
you.
a woman could build you up.
And
to
a
be
woman
the
could
best
build you
man
up to the
ever.
high heavens.
Yeah, either way, there's no middle ground with a woman. She could either build you up or destroy you.
That's the reality.
Word.
It's no middle ground either.
There's no middle ground.
And it just gets real. Like, I tell brothers straight up, we brothers, looking to be married and have wives and kids and things of that nature. But the reality of it is either the woman that you're with was sent from the Lord or she was sent from the devil.
That's it.
Straight way. It's not no in between.
Yeah.
Either she was sent to build you up and to add to what it is you have going on, or she was sent to destroy it. You feel me? And when you look at things with that perspective, then it makes you take a lot more time with just jumping in relationships and situationships with different sisters or brothers, because you understand that these relationships can be to your detriment.
Right. And you sisters that are watching that are in relationships and or situationships, you got to ask yourself, well, damn, what type of woman am I? Who has sent me to my significant other laying to my right now or to my left? Am I a woman that's going to be plucking down my household? Or am I a woman that's going to be adding to or building up my household?
Fortifying that house.
Fortifying the household. You have to ask yourself that question. And same for brothers as well.
Absolutely.
Brothers got to ask.
street.
Yeah, it's a two-way street. It definitely is.
Because, oftentimes, as brothers in the knowledge, we'll quote the scripture, who can find a virtuous woman.
Yeah.
But also in Proverbs, there's a scripture that says, who can find a faithful man?
Yeah.
You feel me? That's a real thing. So, it's just all about development.
Yeah.
It's all about development.
Growth and development, man.
Growth and development.
No pun intended, man.
For those that know, no pun intended for those that know. But I feel like that's a great segue though into what was it by Brother YG? Who's the
Brother NBA Youngboy.
Brother NBA Youngboy? Bring it out, man. Talk to me, because I couldn't pick that brother out of a lineup right now. I have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
NBA Youngboy. That name is lame. His name is lame, and with a name like that, I'm sure that's a mumble rapper.
Nah, he's actually he's not a mumble rapper.
He's not a mumble rapper?
Nah, he's a southern rapper. He's a lot like Kodak. In a lot of ways, he reminds me of Kodak in his person.
That's a mumble rapper.
No, Kodak is not a mumble rapper. He's not mumble rap.
What's a mumble rap?
Mumble rap would be who is a mumble rapper?
Who's a mumble rapper?
Young Thug would probably be the most notable mumble rapper.
Yeah, what? If you're listening to it,
Lil Baby would be a mumble rapper.
Lil Baby, Lil Yachty. But what is it that they're saying? Like, cause for me,
nothing. They'd be like, "Get this money, Jenny. Get the body,
But so wait, so what constitutes what constitutes a mumble rapper is what they're saying or how they sound?
I'd say more so how they sound. I feel like with a mumble rapper, to me, it's a rapper in which that does not enunciate all his words. So a lot of the stuff is not really you understanding what it is he said, but really just catching his vibe on the track. Yeah, that's a mumble rapper.
Yeah.
So a mumble rapper, because a mumble rapper for me was somebody who not saying anything.
Yeah. Oh, well, then all these rappers mumble rap.
This is what I'm saying.
If that's the case, I'd say Kendrick Lamar is a mumble rapper.
Nah, don't do that.
I'm gonna say.
What's this been done against Kendrick Lamar?
No, I'm gonna just say.
Last time when we was talking about your man Jay Electronica.
You wildin' out, bro.
Yo, what's wrong with Kendrick Lamar?
I'm explain what I'm saying.
Come on, Kendrick
Lamar. Are you serious?
No, listen. Now, sometimes Kendrick he get in his bag and he drops some real dope stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times Kendrick be saying a bunch of random stuff that does not have one consistent stream of thought. He's just throwing out a bunch of random stuff that sounds good together. Because he has a dope flow.
What song would you say?
But he's not saying anything.
What song would you say? You gotta give me an example.
A good song, Kendrick Lamar, where he's just saying a bunch of random stuff. Black Boy Fly. He's saying a bunch of random...
Black Boy Fly. Black Boy Fly.
Now in the hook, he's saying something.
Black Boy Fly, we fly. I respect it.
Yeah, but
I respect it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you listen to Good Kid, Mad City, a lot of those songs, it's more like poetry. It's more abstract, where it's not really a consistent stream of thought. You know, as somebody who I consider myself a student of rappers, because I listen to rap with a different ear than a lot of people, because I actually rap. A lot of the stuff he says is random. It's not one consistent stream of thought. He's not keeping with one subject matter.
So who's better?
He's jumping all over the place.
Who's better? Kendrick or Drake?
Drake. I'm gonna go and say a lot of people don't want to deal with it. Drake is better than Kendrick, and I can tell you
lyrically. Better how? In what way?
Drake is more consistent. Now you got to think.
No. I'm talking about as far as
bar for bar,
lyrically.
Drake
and for the people. And for the people.
Oh, for the people.
And for the people.
For the people.
Well, listen. We
gotta deal with this.
I'm gonna say for the people.
We gotta deal with this.
I'm gonna say for the people. It appears to be Kendrick Lamar, but honestly, what can you say Kendrick Lamar has done for black people?
Well, as a person, you mean off the track, off wax?
Off wax.
Off wax? I don't even know. I bet to say he ain't doing nothing.
He did some stuff for Compton, I heard.
Okay.
You heard?
Okay. You heard.
And plus, you know what? He said we Israelites.
That's what he said. All wax. There's nothing greater that you can do. There's nothing greater.
That's
Jay-Z said we Israelites, so.
No. He mixed it. He mixed it. Yeah, he didn't say it.
Oh, Kendrick Lamar mixed it with all type of debauchery as well.
But that's what we had touched on a little bit last time. But I had just sort of, so we can get into the NBA Youngboy. Yo, you are not gonna make that into something homosexual, yo. You're not.
We're always gonna touch ourselves.
You say you always touch.
I forgot what it is I was gonna say now. Oh no, in terms of the mumble rapping, I feel like it's a thing where the person is not saying anything that's edifying. Like the person is not saying anything that is.
Yeah, Kendrick says a lot of edifying shit, even though if it doesn't.
Give me one of his quotable bars that was edifying.
One quotable bar?
That's edifying.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm the worst person to ask because I'm
Hey.
just terrible with names
Oh,
and tracks
okay.
and all that. I am though. I really am.
Well, just give me a bar.
I'm an Israelite. I ain't black no more.
That's right. You gonna hold on to that?
Yeah, no, you can't hold that.
Hey, I'm jacking it to the end.
Listen, I'm not musically inclined.
When I heard that, he got my vote. He got my vote, man.
Listen,
He
NBA
trying-
young boy, man. By
Even though we do have rappers that's in the truth that's way better than all these rappers.
Oh, yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you
absolutely.
just because they're putting out truthful content.
Absolutely.
So you can't forget that because
what's
no
the
lie.
what's the name? Courtney Bell, Ark the Rock,
Octorock,
The
Deacon.
Deacon, Sakari,
you know what I mean?
man.
You know what I'm
brothers.
saying?
Shout out to those brothers,
Zion
man.
the Lion.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Nah, we don't know who that is. Like he's jacking it on the he's like, yeah. Nah, man, nah.
He
this
said,
brother-
nah, we don't know who that
Nah,
is.
this brother and this brother, man. On that, I was about to call it
Oh,
tip drill.
man.
That's not tip drill. That's your man Nelly.
Yeah.
And BET Uncut Days. The
Hebrew
drill
drill,
beats,
man.
the Hebrew drill.
The Hebrew
That's
drill
what
with
it's
it,
called.
man, know what I mean?
But NBA young boy, man, if by any means you watching this,
Eat him cake.
don't kill me, bro. I had placed you in the bracket of mumble rappers just off the rip, off your name, man. Get a better name.
Yo, let me get to it. So
Get a better name like Nas and Rakim, yo.
right.
So so get to it.
All right, so NBA YoungBoy, it was recently in the media that he and his long-standing girlfriend, or he refers to as his wife,
Let me get the
that she recently stabbed one of his baby mothers,
Who's the wife?
Yaya Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather's daughter.
Floyd Mayweather's daughter.
Yo, she couldn't be any more than about 16, 17 years old.
Really?
But she's with NBA YoungBoy.
You know what? I think I need to catch herpes to get all these chicks because he's winning out here, man.
It's crazy. Yeah,
herpes?
yeah, it's been rumored that the brother has her. Well, actually, I didn't even say it's rumored because he literally said it. On the track.
He said it. He got herpes.
He said it on a track. I have herpes.
Yeah.
And chicks love it. Yeah. That's
What?
That's a new thing. You got herpes, they want it.
Oh my gosh, yo! What is going on with this generation?
Hey man, listen, he got the money to take his medicine.
If you got herpes, you can't feel it if you on perks.
Oh my gosh! Did anybody say something like that? That's a mumble rap ball. You see what I'm saying? That's mumble rap. That's a mumble rap ball, man. Go
All
ahead.
right, so anyway, this week there was some type of altercation that went on between NBA YoungBoy, Yaya Mayweather, and one of his baby mothers, where one of the baby mothers ended up getting stabbed by Yaya Mayweather. So it's been a back and forth on social media between NBA YoungBoy, Kodak Black. He's lashing out at people that have been speaking on the situation because the girl got incarcerated. Yaya, Floyd's daughter, she ended up getting incarcerated, and it's been said that she's now facing 99 years in prison as a result of
99 years
in prison.
Yeesh.
So it's just a big mess.
Well, her commissary gonna be good.
Well, luckily, hopefully she
That don't mean nothing with 99 years.
Hey,
hopefully
You
she
ain't
get
never
a
gonna see the
decent
light of
lawyer or
day.
something.
That's why we gotta
Like a
follow
baby.
scripture out here for our daughters, man.
And really, what it brought me to is, man, it's just so important that as fathers that we got to take back the authority of having a real say-so in who our daughters end up with. That's
Hold on a minute. Say that again.
It just really rang to me that we, as black men in our
Yes.
community, have to take back the authority of having a say-so in who our daughters end up with. Because that was really, that's a part, that was a key part of marriage, was a father, having a father's blessing, if you will.
Exactly.
You
We
understand?
started that.
Yeah,
Right.
This is what we do. This is
That's
part of
not
our
a
culture.
Caucasian. That's not a Caucasian thing. You have to get the blessing of a black man to deal with his daughter. Like that, it was that real. When you're royalty, that's how it was.
And then even furthermore, we gotta, not even just giving the blessing just to be giving it out all willy-nilly. You gotta really start discerning who we give our daughters to. Like, what type of brother is this?
And sons as well.
Yeah.
Who you giving your sons on to as well?
Right.
She could be a bird.
Yeah, she could be a
Exactly.
straight up
Oh,
bird.
man,
And
straight.
then raising your sons to be good husbands.
Yo,
you know, the
sure.
type of husband that you would want your daughter to end up with. You got to raise your son that way too. So it's a two-way street.
Right.
But we got to really get back in the business of helping our daughters make these decisions, because a lot of times sisters don't know what a good man is, because just to keep it all the way funky, a lot of men are duplicitous.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of men are duplicitous, and it take a dog to smell a dog. I'll say.
Right. But not a dog like in it's just damn it, salivating. Not a dog like a all men are dogs.
No. I'm using it figuratively.
Scenario,
I'm using it figuratively.
Scenario.
It just takes a man to know another man.
It takes one to know one.
Yeah, I can read a man better than a woman can read a man, because I know how a man thinks, because I am a man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You feel me? I know there's certain things that'll be flags to me or triggers to me in a man's interaction and his movement that'll let me know what type of brother this is.
Especially when you were young and doing dumb things yourself.
Word.
You're gonna catch on to certain things. Like,
You're gonna know the
listen,
vibes.
my guy. Listen, I done did this.
I done did this.
I've been around the block a few times.
I'm him.
I'm
You
him.
understand?
I'm you.
I'm
you, right?
Listen, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I think that's very, 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 very important. You know, like to the point where this brother and I actually even got into speaking about arranged marriages.
Hold on. Arranged marriages.
And I think that's a beautiful idea. Like, I want to arrange marriages for my children.
But hold on. So because why should we jack that? Why should we care at all? Because I'm gonna utilize my own life experiences, right? And when I was in a relationship, a serious, intimately favorable relationship back in the day, me and that sister was together for 6 years, and our families didn't know one another. We were actually dreading the idea of us getting married, and then that's when our families would finally meet one another.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? I met her father, but that was because he was in the hospital.
Yeah,
and we pulled up on him. Not because she's like, yo, listen, I have an interest in you, or I'm saying, yo, I have an interest in you, I'd like to meet your father. Where is that nowadays? That's nowhere. You damn near don't meet the parents until the woman is pregnant, or y'all have a relationship for 3 years already, y'all done slept everywhere together, and now you want them to meet the parents. Oh, you somebody I could take home to my parents. But just to show them, not to get approval.
Yeah, because I think in today's generation, we don't seek the approval of our parents concerning our mates.
We don't care.
That's a problem, because it's a lot of wisdom to get from your parents.
From your parents, yeah.
From your parents, but even really looking at the generation before us, like with our parents, a lot of relationships didn't work out. So, you know, we looking at broken marriages from our parents, and you're not really gonna seek the advice of someone who had a broken marriage. You feel me? And that's the problem. You know, I'm lucky that my parents, you know, they've been together 32 years. And that's been a staple for me to be able to see that. I think it's very important for us to be able to see a functional marriage.
So, Con, I go front, same with my parents. So it's like,
Your parents been together that long?
yeah.
Word?
I mean, yeah. So
How long
what's up.
your parents been together?
I say around the same time, as long as I was born.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Not my parents. Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Not my parents. Now I was definitely raised up by a stepfather, unfortunately. So why this idea of arranged marriages? In 2020, I'd venture to say, brothers and sisters who are watching this pod, outside of the pod, are not going to be jacking arranged marriages, because you want to take upon yourself to say so in who it is
That
you end up with. Because a lot of times, and I feel like this is what is so poisonous, this idea of love being feelings, where you have to come into this love in order to be married unto someone. Whereas if you understand love in the fashion that we understand it, where it's a care for one's discipline, it's the laws of the Most High God, accountability, if you will, according to righteousness, that's off the gate. So I don't even need to know the sister that's arranged to be married unto me. Off the rip, I'm going to give her the respect that is required.
Because you know she's going to have all those values instilled in her already. But the crazy thing is that, you know, people have to understand, you know, there's a lot of brothers and sisters calling themselves royalty out there.
Talk about it.
And
talk about it.
You gotta
man.
understand, when kings and queens were marrying their sons and daughters,
Hold on.
This the thing. They weren't marrying their sons and daughters just to anybody.
Right.
Like, listen, you gotta be, your education had to be up there.
Talk to hold on. You about to give
compass
points? Hold on, you about to give points? Education had to be there. Go ahead.
Your moral compass had to be set. Spiritually, you had to be strong. You had to really know how to treat your mate and build them up.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I'm not even going to lie to you. You could not be dealing with multiple partners. That's a big one right there.
Wait, whoa, hold on.
Gotta qualify that statement.
You can't be dealing with multiple partners. Hold on. What you mean?
No. I'm talking about as far as, and I know a lot of women gonna be mad at me, but women weren't dealing with multiple men at this time. Like,
No, that's true.
it just was not happening.
I think something about the brothers.
No.
Yeah.
Because
Brothers have always dealt with multiple women. What do y'all want to deal with that?
We already went through a pot with that. So
Right. Whether you like it or not, but yeah.
But as far as the woman, it was you and that man. He provided for you, and that was that. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I feel like, especially in the society, you gotta understand. We live in a devil's world. You know what I mean? And Scripture has told you time and time and again, he's going to use the woman to change the climate of things, which he has, though. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of things that he's using women to do right now that's destroying everything. There's a lot of good women out there, but he's using women to just destroy this place. I'm gonna
tell you, the main thing that the women are used to destroy are men.
Exactly.
Because I see women destroy men every day. Now you see men destroy women too. But I think it's less advertised how often women really destroy brothers.
Well, I mean, we see in the scriptures where it says wine and women are the things that destroy kings.
Yo, listen, you gotta understand, when it comes to that, women are stronger at it.
Yeah.
Women are strong. Women can really destroy you.
I see.
Like a man can hurt a woman and she'll get back up. If a woman destroys a man, he might not live. No, seriously.
He might kill himself, or
you understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. A woman can really destroy a man. Like, I don't think women
she has that power.
She got that power.
Sisters got a lot of power out here, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
Cheers to y'all, my sisters. Y'all got power, but y'all
you gotta use it in righteousness.
You gotta be able to use it in righteousness, yo. You can't be wielding this to do evil.
Right. Or wielding it to your own advantage.
Zamar.
But I actually saw a post the other day on.
Cheers to you, my sister.
It's crazy. I actually saw a post on Facebook where a sister flat out came out with it. She was like, "Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. A cold-hearted woman is to be feared more than a cold-hearted man.
Yeah.
Because the depths that a cold-hearted woman can reach, a brother ain't even gonna think of. Because even when we get in our cold-hearted bag with most brothers, there's a limit. And
a limit. Yeah.
Even if I'm really mad at you and I can't stand you, it's still a limit what I'm gonna do to you.
Yeah.
But a scorned woman, it may not be a limit.
Yo, imagination is limitless.
Yeah, she gonna do whatever it is that she gotta do to really make you feel it.
Yeah.
So that's something we gotta think about.
Hey, what's that scripture?
All wickedness is but little wickedness to that of a woman.
Of course. And this is the most high saying this.
May the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
This is the most high.
May the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
Repeat it, because this is the most high saying this. Like, you can't take this away from the most high who created you. Right. Look what he said. Say it again.
He said, all wickedness is but little wickedness to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. So basically saying that.
And well, what's the all right? Go on, because what's the portion of a sinner?
Yeah, listen. All wickedness is but little wickedness to the wickedness of a woman. Meaning, brothers think, you brothers quote unquote on demon time. Your demon time is not demon time compared to a woman being on demon time. it's baby stuff. It's elementary
Yeah.
compared to when she's ready to be on demon time. Yeah. And the portion of a sinner fall upon her, meaning that's going to be your portion because a wife is a portion. Like that's what she is, like a portion, meaning she's a possession. Really?
Oh!
You don't want to deal with that fact, but that's a reality. A wife is a portion or a possession. So he said, may the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Meaning, if you're a wicked brother, then your portion is going to be this wicked woman. You know, as the scripture says, a wicked woman is a portion of a wicked man.
When you get into that bag of a portion of a sinner, the Most High sees you as somebody that loves death. So that's something to take into consideration as a sister because of the scripture that the brother Zion just quoted, that portion of a sinner falling onto that of a wicked woman. So sisters, don't be wicked. Just don't be wicked, baby. But then the question becomes, well, what is wicked?
Right.
And where do you find the answer?
I don't know, the Bible.
I don't know, maybe this thing called the Bible that's been around for thousands of years. that none of y'all are jacking anymore.
Right. Literally, your whole concept of God came out of this Bible, but yet you think you're a divine creature and you don't even go to the rubric or the instruction manual that was left.
Nah, King, but you gotta understand, she is savage. Bougie.
Savage,
Savage. Y'all don't get me started, bro.
Right.
They ain't no savage.
I heard that
I'm gonna
song.
tell you who the real savage is. Party Next Door, Meg Thee Stallion ain't no savage. You talking like you a savage, bro, but yet you crying on these radio shows talking about how you got finessed in your deal. I thought you was a savage. I thought you was teaching all the sisters how to finesse brothers out of money and all this other stuff. But yet now you crying because you signed a bad record deal. But I thought you was a savage.
Yeah. Nah.
Now Party Next Door, the real savage though. Y'all heard Savage Anthem?
Yeah. What that brother was saying. It's literally called Savage Anthem.
Yeah.
Right,
He's the real savage.
Yeah.
If you really want to get into savages.
He was unleashing a whole lot of dirty laundry.
Right.
A lot of that dirty laundry about himself. What he said, I put the dirt in dirt bag. Right, that's what he said?
Yeah.
So again, just bringing it in conclusion to this particular topic of arranged marriages, we at the Bread Fellows podcast really are jacking that. We was talking just earlier, this brother has 2 daughters already. I don't know if he has any desires to have any further children, but I feel like by the time I might have a child, if that's in the will of the Most High, or this brother, his daughters might already be much older. But we were saying, if I had a child, and let's say I had a son, this brother had a child, and he had a daughter, it would behoove us as a nation of people to keep it in the family and have my son marry his daughter.
Nah, that's a fact though. That's how you gotta do it.
That's how you create bloodlines.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was talking
that's
about
a bloodline.
I know that this is an upstanding brother.
Exactly.
And I know he's going to raise his daughter or his son with particular principles that are like-minded to how I'm going to raise my child.
There's no guessing. You don't have to guess.
I don't have to guess.
You know my family and all that.
Exactly.
And that's what made these arrangements so profitable.
Exactly.
You understand? That's what kept wealth in the family. As black people, we don't understand that. Know what I mean? It's like we've been dumbed down to just do whatever we want. We're running around wild right now.
Wow, OD wild.
No guidance.
None.
Know what I mean? No experience on how to handle things. We think we know things when we don't. Know what I mean? Just arrogant.
Right.
Just arrogant.
And I think it goes back to, that father, man, really having a care for where he allows his daughter to end up, who he allows his daughter to end up with. You feel me? Like, I like the idea of the dowry. A lot of people in today's society would look at that like, yo, that's off. Like, how you got some man paying you to marry your daughter? Nah, it makes sense to me.
Like she's property.
Yeah, well, we'll get on that, but
Tune in next time, Rebels Podcast.
But within dowry, a dowry was basically, for those who don't know, a dowry was something that somebody, if I wanted to marry, let's say I want to marry this brother's daughter, I'd actually have to pay him X amount of dollars according to the dowry to marry his virgin daughter. You feel me?
His what daughter?
His virgin daughter.
His what daughter?
His virgin daughter.
We at the Breakfast Podcast, man, on jacking virgins.
That's a fact.
Go ahead.
But the virgin daughter, because you really got to think about it logically, this father has dedicated a certain amount of time, effort, and energy into making sure that this is a marriageable woman and a good wife for you.
For you.
You feel me? He's imparted certain skills unto her where she's beneficial to him with whatever business acquisition he has going.
Exactly.
So now, as a result of you marrying his daughter, you're now taking from his operation. So in fairness, you giving this man a dowry. You giving this man your blood, sweat, and tears, the money, your hard-earned money for his daughter.
Yeah.
What that ensures is you are a brother capable of getting to a bag, number one.
Mm-hmm.
It also ensures that you are a brother that's taking his daughter serious because you went out and paid your hard-earned money for this woman.
Right.
You got to pay for something. You want to value
sisters
it.
without doing nothing.
Without doing nothing. All brother gotta say is, baby, I love you. He take you to a movie, he whisper sweet certain nothings in your ear, and now he done swept you off your feet.
Yeah.
He done swept you off your feet now.
But with this dowry, you know how serious a brother is, because a brother is not gonna. Let's say the dowry today would be $7,000.
Imagine that brother coming with 7,000, like yo, here pops, about to give you 7,000 for your daughter. I'm not gonna just get that to just anybody. That's gonna be. I'm serious about that.
You serious about it? It's gonna take you a certain amount of time to
7,000?
Come on.
accumulate.
Listen,
Because you got to think about Jacob. Jacob worked for 14 years to marry his wife.
Right.
Right.
That's dedication.
That's dedication.
That's dedication.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and that woman really had a lasting impression on him. Wasn't a woman he thought light of. Like,
Exactly.
he really-
And Jacob is one of our forefathers that you find out in the Bible.
Right. But with the same situation, like he really worked hard because he really valued that woman.
He really valued that woman, which is what I imagine sisters would want.
You
to
want
be
a brother
valued.
to value. So if you're valued, then that means there is a certain price point associated with your person.
But sisters don't want to have that price point bestowed upon them. They feel like they are invaluable, priceless, if you will.
Nah, and you can't look at it like that. Like, I feel like the dowry is insurance. It's insurance that this brother is serious about my daughter. You feel me?
Because you have to think about more than just yourself. I feel like that's caring for your family.
Exactly.
Making sure that your family is good. Because again, we gotta understand, why do we jack the Bible so heavily? One of the reasons is when you think about it in a Hebraic connotation, a Hebraic sense. It's what was conducive in the ancient world, and you can't think about it with a 2020 world view. It's just not gonna be able to. It's not gonna be able to mesh. So you have to be able to understand that it worked back then, and it can also work now in terms of how we treat one another. But you got to be able to get past what you have learned here and been programmed into understanding in America. Because that, I'm telling you, man, that idea, like when we began speaking about this whole arranged marriage thing. That was something that it was like a light bulb, and we was just saying, yo, this is legit something that we should really look into, because again, like how the brother brought out, you want to go around talking about you kings and you queens,
And you ain't even looking at.
and I'm so tired of that. Anyways, like stop calling yourself a king and a queen. It's something as simple as arranged marriages.
You can't
will be
deal
something
with
you
that.
can't even jack that.
And then one thing, people scream this king queen stuff all day every day, but you got a problem with people being in servitude.
With people being in
understand?
servitude
You
How you a
understand?
king and you don't have a kingdom
Exactly.
and subjects?
and subjects, come
It
on.
don't make no sense.
come on, man.
Yo, but you know what gets me though? Is that people look at you like, yo, that y'all looking at it like this, like oh, it worked back then.
Right.
Ain't gonna do us better now. Well, guess what? Guess who's just benefiting right now? You know who's following everything that our ancestors did, and they're profitable as a people? These Caucasian Jewish people. They're lit. They own the buildings that you live in.
That's right.
Because they keep it in the family. They do arranged marriages. They save. They congregate together. They don't deal with any outside people. There is no outside marriages to other nations. They do everything that our ancestors did, and they are rich. What do you have?
And it's not to
Ask
say
yourself that.
And it's not to say you should model yourself after the Jewish man and
No,
women.
no.
But you should model yourself after
our
laws,
laws,
statutes, and commandments, because that's what's going to set us up for greatness.
Exactly.
That's what's going to set us
because
apart.
they're a copy.
Yes.
They're like a errored copy of what we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
They're not even at at the full.
Like capacity.
Yeah, the full capacity of greatness that we were when we were following our laws.
Right.
And look at where they are now.
It's like you said, it's profitable unto them. But you know, we have to start making conscious decisions to be emotionally intellectual.
Emotionally intellectual, yeah.
Really, where you let intellect lead before how you feel. Because we do a lot of things based on how we feel, and that's not always good.
This is an emotional. We like. I ain't gonna lie. Black people are an emotional race all the way.
Emotional.
We're more emotional than logical. I'm gonna say that. Like,
yeah.
These days, emotional as hell.
We got to stop being like that, because ultimately you want to be logical in the decisions you make, and make decisions that are going to profit you and your people. It's not necessarily about how you feel. You got to do what is most conducive. You really have to make a choice to do that, and you got to let your emotion come secondary.
Kings and queens don't make decisions off emotions.
Yeah.
No,
so you can't even be
royal.
You can't even be royalty.
And that's what it is that we're trying to do, right? To your point and to your point is that all of these so-called Black Power movements, these what is it, RGB?
Yeah, red, black, green.
Or RBG, all these RBG movements. You know, all of these faculties that are propagating that they are for the Black household's improvement, they're not gonna be jacking what it is that we're saying. Like we really trying to get in the midst of that FUBU mentality.
For us, by us.
That for us, by us, yo. So what better way than to keep it in the family?
Right.
What better way than to keep it in the family? And I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna bring something out. Now, it might seem to the 2020 generation, what, Z? Or Generation
Z.
Generation Z mind to be incestuous. But back in the day, our forefathers was marrying cousins.
That's how we was giving it up.
This is how we was giving it up. We was marrying cousins. Now, you should never marry your brother. You should never marry your sister.
Your mom, dad.
Your mom, dad, right?
Daughter.
That very close kin. You know, your father's wife, something like that. But cousins.
We was marrying cousins.
We was marrying cousins chiefly so that we can keep it in the family.
And then you know how that child grew up.
You know how they were raised.
You know
if I know this brother, his mom, his father, I would feel more at peace to allow my child to marry his child. And then what is his also then becomes mine. And mine, what I have, becomes his.
And that's really when you start talking about maintaining.
That's dynasty, empire.
Wealth. That's how you build structural wealth, because everything that I amass in my life and everything he amasses in his life is going to be passed down to those kids.
Exactly.
If we already cool, then it behooves us to make sure our children end up in a union. That way, they end up with everything that we work for.
That's how it was.
That's how it was.
It's like people don't understand the dynamics of friendship and family. That's what that was here for. Y'all think it was just made like this, and we're not supposed to do certain things to maintain a certain stature? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Y'all need to do y'all history and understand.
And that's what, yeah. And that's my fault. You still got a point on that?
Even if people aren't jacking, you know, the whole, you know,
arranged marriage
or arranged marriage thing. What I don't care whatever it is that you're into has some type of form of arranged marriages in it. Mm-hmm. If you're a Christian, it had arranged marriages in it. Mm-hmm. Know what I mean? If you were Egyptian, arranged marriages in it. Know what I mean? If you jacking that whatever thing hanging off your chest and all that, arranged marriages. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you can't escape it. people are jacking things because it sounds cool. Like they're not even jacking it because they know it in its entirety. And like people just want to sound pseudo
profound. Yo, that's pseudo profound.
Man.
And just really, brothers and sisters, man, can we just be real with ourselves? Can we be real with ourselves in 2020? All of y'all that walk around and talk about that y'all want to get back to the history and we know America is not for us and the things that we learned here we adopted and was beat into us and all of that. So then let's get back to the true culture. Let's don't do that. Let's get back to the nuances and to the subtleties and the structure and the format of what truly we were into as a people. But see, then now the question becomes, well, who are we? Who are we in history as a people? So if you don't know that you are actual Hebrew, then you're not going to understand where it is that we coming from, because that was second nature. Y'all seen Coming to America when the woman, I don't know her real name, but she's a prominent actor. She was literally trained up from a child to wed Eddie Murphy.
To serve him.
To serve him. To be, everything that she learned how to eat, how to dress, how to speak, all of that was so that she could one day marry the king.
And serve him. And I wanna touch on that particular point.
This brother always talking about me about touching on things. Look at him. Look at him.
You got me. All right. I see you rubbing off, brother. You rubbing off.
Rubbing off. Hey, yo, brother.
Whoa.
Yo, we gotta grow up.
Yeah, brother gotta grow up, man. Go ahead.
But to that point, what was I gonna say?
You said you was gonna touch on that because I was talking about she was raised up to marry him.
To serve him. And you know, a lot of sisters cringe at the thought of me even saying, to serve him.
Yeah.
But literally, when you look at what help meet is, because we always throw that word help me, and we message together without even really understanding what help meet means. Really, it was a help meet for him.
That's right.
A help meet for him, meaning a help good for him, a good help.
Right, to support him. Really, that word, it a lot of times is used for the help and or support for that brother.
Yo, no lie. When you even hear sisters saying certain things like that, it just makes you want to give them the world. You be like, damn, sister, like, know what I mean? Because they understand the science of it. Know what I mean?
If they can get that aspect of it.
No, there's sisters out there. Know what I mean? You know, there's sisters out there. They get it. Really? You know,
hey man, listen.
You know, they out there, man.
That's funny. Nah, sisters are out there. Shout out to them sisters, man, that can really understand the science. And for sisters that are not jacking the science,
it's gonna be rough for you.
I'm
gonna tell you straight. Majority of the women watching this podcast ain't getting married.
Oh!
I'm just gonna say something spicy. Like, that's just a reality. Like,
spicy, baby. Really Kings of Contentious Content.
I'd even venture to say
what is marriage?
Oh, man.
Well, I ain't even gonna go into the deep science of it because I ain't ready for that.
No. Don't give them the deep. Don't. Just give them like 2 layers before.
What I will say is this. Most people in our generation ain't getting married, period. Like, majority of the people in our generation ain't getting married. Majority of the women in our generation not getting married. Like, I know you have in your head that at some point you're going to meet Prince Charming and y'all going to have kids and you're going to have that picture-perfect marriage. But the reality of it is that's not going to happen because a lot of brothers are not marriage material, and likewise, a lot of sisters are not marriage material.
That's a fact.
You're not marriage material. I mean, we have not been raised up to know what it means to be a husband, to know what it means to be a wife. You know, how can you know what it means to be a wife when you never saw your mother being a wife?
That's a fact.
And then you saw your mother hopping from different men. That's all you saw. That was your example.
That's all you know.
So how do you think you're going to now know exactly how it is to serve and treat your husband?
And then on top of that, it's a transaction.
Where you going to learn that from? You're not going to just pull that out of your head. People got to stop thinking that you're going to be able to just pull out of your brain
how to be a wife or how to be a husband.
So where they going to learn it from, Mark?
You gonna learn it from the Bible.
You go no. That's what you're supposed to learn it from. But where do the majority of our brothers and sisters learn things from?
You learn it from other failed marriages.
Right? But what is
world.
that? The world.
You learn it
from the world. The world
And the world don't teach you nothing good.
Exactly.
And guess what? Here's another thing, right? Is that especially with our community, right? People feel that they can rely on their own wisdom, and that's where they fail at. Now, I mean, they feel like they know everything.
Nah, I got a PhD.
Yeah,
I went to school. I got a master's. I got triple masters.
Listen, they got women with masters that's lonely as hell with 5 cats.
And that's
I'm
what
not hearing
matters.
nothing.
Who
That
cares
don't matter.
about all of
Knowledge
that?
of the world doesn't matter.
Brothers don't give a damn about degrees. I just put that on the table.
Can
Everybody
that's
has
the way in a man's stomach. Can you cook?
I don't care. I'd even venture to say, man, listen, a lot of times sisters get these degrees and end up getting gassed up on it to where you're not even gonna make fit for a good wife. Because you're so gassed on the things you've acquired in this world that you can't humble yourself to serve me and to actually be a help meet for me.
Exactly.
You feel me?
So hold on. So I feel like it's necessary, and we might lose a ton of subscribers.
We say that every pod.
We might
y'all
lose,
still here, so
y'all still here. That jacket. We might lose a ton of sisters, because there's been sisters that have told me straight away, man. Listen, if I would have saw X or like XYZ pod, XXX, you see me? Wow.
Right.
If I would have saw
Brother, you've
XYZ.
been watching porn during this coronavirus.
I have not been watching porn. I haven't watched porn in about 10 years, man. That's funny. No, I want to say more like I haven't watched porn in maybe like what, about 5 years, something like that.
Yeah. All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High. Really, why this brother is even talking about a help meet for a man is because we're the Brotha podcast. Y'all already know we jack the Bible, and in the Bible, which is the true science, which is really, as we know, the book of life, and I'd even venture to say the book of nature, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, that's deep.
That's another conversation. So, we understand that the woman, are y'all ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
Bring it up. That the woman was made
for the man.
For the man. The woman, sisters, I want y'all to really, don't turn the channel. Really listen to us. The woman was made for the man. Now that doesn't diminish your power, that doesn't diminish your necessity, and that doesn't diminish your significance. It actually is an empowering station to hold. But you just have to understand how and why. But the woman was made for the man, and so this is why this brother would say that the woman has to be a help meet or good or being supportive for that man. To be able to be that Lego piece. Mm-hmm. Because literally, this is the natural order. Mm-hmm. And so many of our households function and actually are dysfunctional because of going away from the natural order.
A power struggle.
It's a power struggle.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There was a sister in my DMs that she had made a post in her story, and it was in reference to how men view women. Mm-hmm. And all I did was ask her, yo, what about this was the reason why you reposted it? And because she knows my stance, well, she's privy in some way. I feel like she still doesn't even fully grasp it. She was like, yo, listen, man, I don't even want to get into what it is you want to talk about, because as a black woman, I feel like I want to be loved and respected today. So I'm like, yo, what? So you mean to say that conversations with me are disparaging, or I'm out here just in the business of besmirching the name of my brothers and sisters?
Like I said before, black people think more emotional than logical. You see what I'm saying? She went into more emotion.
She got into that emotion bag. I want to be loved today. That's
she
just
wants
things. You know what I mean?
See, that's the thing. We live in a society to where people don't want to be held accountable. People want to just hear smooth things. They don't never want to hear those ugly truths.
The real thing.
ugly truths.
Till it gets real. They don't want to hear the real till it gets real.
You know what I'm saying? And so really, I feel like that's a great segue into the word of the day, though. The word of the day. Yeah. Because what's the word of the day? Hold on. We here at the Red Flow Podcast, man, we care not only about your spirits, not only about your salvation, but we care about your mind capacity.
He's really selling this.
We care about your mind capacity, man. And so we have a beautiful segment, and it's called the Word of the Day. So the word of the day is actually a quite easy one.
Transpicuous.
And it's transpicuous. We should make adjectives our friends. Transpicuous is just really a fancy way
For saying transparent.
Synonyms. I love me a good synonym. I've got my sister onto that too, man. She in that thesaurus heavy all the time.
It's needful.
It's needful. It's needful, man. Aren't you just tired of using the same words all the time? Listen, the more and more y'all click on this on our podcast, we're gonna build you up, goddammit. We are gonna build you. That's the first time I ever actually used the word goddammit.
Right.
Ever in casual conversation. I ain't gonna hold you.
To the elders.
It really is the first time I've ever used that in casual conversation. For a long time before this truth, I was like, yo, brothers saying goddammit. No, you shouldn't be saying that. That's kind of crazy.
No, that's actually spiritually correct.
Spiritually correct. But yeah, man, transpicuous is just a fancy way of saying transparent. So that's what we hear, man, on the Breakfast Podcast. We being hella transparent. We're going to give it to you, like we said, whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not. So, speaking about being transparent, let's get into the facts or cap. Give it to the Brother Zion, man.
All right, Facts or Cap. Facts or Cap is our segment where I'll make a declarative statement. If you agree to the statement that I make to be truth, then your vote will be for facts. If you think what I'm saying is false or has no validity, then your vote will be for cap. All right, so today's Facts or Cap. Is it wrong for a husband to be possessive concerning his wife? Facts or cap?
Is it wrong
For a husband to be possessive concerning his wife? Facts or cap?
That's me.
Well, yeah, I'm asking everybody.
Y'all asking me? Yes, brother, you are 1/3 of the Red Flow Podcast. We are asking you. That's funny. Whoa.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say, and the only reason I'm gonna say cap is because when you know scriptures, the Most High lets you know that your wife is your possession and you have to look after her. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm gonna say cap, because you know, scripturally, I'm wise enough to understand this. So, I mean, I'm not thinking on a worldly view. When people look at possession,
Yes.
in the world, they have a bad connotation put next to it. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that could be your possession, but that doesn't mean that you're going to abuse that possession. Certain possessions you hold in a high esteem. You protect that possession.
Give
with
him
your life.
heat, baby. Give him the science,
Know what I mean?
man.
Now, you should be ashamed if a husband doesn't hold you as a possession, because that means they don't even care about you.
Yo, that's a very good
That
point,
means they
man.
would allow
That's a very good
another
point.
man to come take their possession. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a very
Like,
good
go
point.
ahead. I don't need this. That was a possession I didn't care about. You understand what I'm saying? A possession. You have to understand that word holds strong meaning to it, because that means there's a lot of care into it. Now, I mean, the English language is a spell.
Look up the word possessive.
You know what I mean?
Come on, baby. You know my body. You know my body.
I know his Bob.
Bring that out for them, man.
Right,
Bring that out.
right. I was trying to get the good old etymology, but it's trash. So I'm just gonna get the regular little sort of Webster's. But that was a great point that you were making, man.
Yeah.
Because we have a tendency, I say propensity. We have a propensity in our nation of people to think that as soon as you say, yo, this brother was possessive, it's a negative connotation onto it.
Right.
And although in a lot of ways it might be because that brother is bugged out.
No, and that's the problem. You see, the thing is, don't try to
Don't
attach
OD.
a bugged out dude to the word possession.
Yeah, right.
He wasn't possessive. He was just crazy.
Yeah, he was just crazy.
Don't say possessive. He was just a crazy, bugged out Jake.
Yeah.
All right, something's wrong with him. He wasn't
The
raised the
Negro's
right
out
way.
of his mind.
Yeah, he's out of his mind. But don't try to combine it with the word possession, because
Right, don't give possessive a negative connotation.
Possession, it's like having a treasure.
Yeah.
You keep it treasure. You keep it. Know what I mean? You keep a watch over it because you loved it that much. Know what I mean?
Bring it out, Shamar.
So there are various definitions, but I feel like the one that is most applicable, because that actually doesn't use the word possession in the definition, is this sixth one here where it says property. Oh, that's it. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear property. Property or wealth. Property or wealth, which is what the possession is, which speaks to what this brother is saying.
Wealth. But look at what it says, property or wealth.
Or wealth.
Well, when you read the scriptures and it talks about a virtuous woman, it says her price is above rubies.
Exactly.
It's far above rubies. So
exactly.
that lets you know there is
That's
a
wealth.
price point
That's a wealth.
associated with it, and you are acquiring a level of wealth by getting this woman.
Right, a man that find a wife,
Obtaineth a good thing.
good thing.
Hey, let's break it down.
Obtaineth.
Let's break it down.
Obtaineth a good thing.
Let's break it down for them real quick.
Okay.
Right? We all know that,
This the thing.
as chosen people, right? Now we're gonna go to the black woman.
So your vote is cap.
Again,
I want to get Zamar's vote.
Oh yeah. So I'm also saying cap.
And
I'm
gonna
also
say-
saying cap.
And I'm gonna
Okay,
follow.
what you
I'm gonna follow with cap as well. But I'm gonna explain why I'm saying cap as well. Because the example of possession, when you look at possession, the possession is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing to be a possession. And when you really look at it, that's literally what a wife is. Hence why she takes a man's last name.
Just
like in
and
slavery.
that's another thing.
Yeah.
But wait,
What do you think you take the man's last name for?
No, brother, it's a patriarchal society,
I'm
brother.
gonna
It's a
get a
patriarchal
sign.
society,
No.
so of course you would take the last name.
I'm gonna get a science. Just like in slavery,
patriarchy.
when they owned us, what did we do? We took the last name
Of the slave masters, because
that's
they
who
looked
owned
at
us.
us as
Right.
Exactly.
We were,
But we were
possession.
mistreated property.
We were
Exactly.
mistreated properly.
Exactly.
I'm in no way condoning the mistreatment of your wife, because the scriptures teach us to treat your wife love your wife how Christ loved the
Right,
church.
and to nourish her as you would nourish your own flesh.
Exactly.
Right. And you had to look at her as an extension of yourself. So if you love yourself, you're gonna love your wife. We look at it like that, but she is, for all practical purposes, a possession, and that's just the reality of it is, because a man acquires his wife and he chooses his wife. He finds his wife. You feel me? He picks his wife. Women are not supposed to be picking their husband. Although we see that happening. You're not supposed to pick your husband. You're not supposed to do that.
And why are we saying all this again? I know it might seem on the surface, again, don't forget what you're going to say, I hope you didn't. I know it might seem on the surface like we might be bashing women, like we might be misogynists or whatnot. Well, we don't care. No, I'm just playing, I'm just playing.
We don't.
But we really don't. But you really have to look at it and remove the individualistic mind frame. It's about what's most conducive to build a nation. How can we build a nation? And because we are a people through various slavery captivities that have been stripped of our knowledge of self, you who are not you, man, woman, and child, who are not doing any history learning, who are not learning about your spirituality, who are not doing any of these things, are not even in a position to speak against what we're saying. Because what we're saying is in alignment with what the Creator has set forth for us. And what the Creator has set forth for us is to win. But y'all don't really want to win.
You don't want to win.
Y'all don't really want to win.
So ultimately,
We got 3 cap.
3 caps,
Yeah,
big
big
caps. Yeah.
So ultimately, I feel like, once you're against the building of your people, you're actually the enemy of your own people. That's one.
You in the way.
Two, I feel like, you know, a woman should be, a wife should be a man's possession, because you have to understand, one, we were made from the ground. So listen, we have gold and zinc and silver in our blood, in our veins, man. We are those rubies, man. We are you understand what I'm saying? We are precious. Know what I mean? So you have to be held in that type of esteem.
Right, exactly.
You know,
There's
it's like
nothing wrong with that.
you can't think little of yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And the one thing that the white man has done,
tell him what the Caucasian
time
man
and
has done.
time and again, is use words to change meanings.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like freaking, good morning. You're mourning, like you're mourning somebody's death. You wake up and you have to earn where ashes go. Everything is pertaining to death, or it could be
weekend.
Or weekend. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, y'all going
you
deep.
have to
Okay.
understand. Or currency. Know what I mean? With liquidation. You understand what I'm saying? C notes. Everything has to deal with some type of. You have to understand the language. This is a deep science. Words are a spell. That's why certain things you say controls the energies of what you're saying. Know what I mean? So y'all look at a word and be like, "Oh, you're possessive." You don't even know the word of it. You're just regurgitating.
Possessive. I wanted you to look at possessive.
You understand?
Not possession.
You're
I
regurgitating
Google.
it like a baby. You know what I mean? Babies regurgitate things. Like they take it in and regurgitate it, but they don't understand it. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree with what you're saying, man. We just have to really look and take time to research and study the words in which we use. Like, for example, get a first definition of the word possessive.
So we have possessive, which is an adjective. Make adjectives your friends. Demanding. This is heavy. This is heavy.
Bring it.
Right, I read this earlier.
Bring it.
Right.
Bring it.
Thinking, man.
Bring it.
Demanding someone's total attention and love.
Why is that asinine for a man to expect that?
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
If he doesn't want your attention and love, then he wants somebody else's attention and love. So either way, you losing. What do you want? Like, isn't a wife's, duty is to make sure that, listen, I'm gonna cop this lingerie to make sure my husband's attention is all on me, that he loves me.
Right, he playing a video game, you come in, turn it off.
You understand what I'm saying?
You know what
So now y'all gotta choose what makes sense here. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said, man, it's an understanding of words. And like I said, most people out there, they don't research the words. They just say it off of the strength of somebody else who said it.
Because
They'll look at a video and be like, "Oh yeah, like Sheila said, I'm no man's possession."
Yeah.
And Sheila she didn't even read the dictionary a day in her life.
And Sheila don't got a husband either.
She don't even got a husband.
Stop listening to women.
Sheila never got a husband. She divorced 3 times.
Sheila don't even know how to microwave mac and cheese.
That brings me to another point.
Oh, okay. Another point
I
with
received-
Lion Zion.
I received some mail on Facebook.
Some post mail? Oh, okay.
DM. And I'm not going to speak.
It went down in the DM?
No, I didn't really go down, but it was basically speaking about something. It's switching gears a bit. But the sister sent me a screenshot of a conversation that was going on that was spawned by a post that a sister put up. And the post basically said that the sister was the mother of 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys.
Now you got to read it out.
Well, it's on my phone.
Damn.
But I can give you all the sense.
Okay, all right.
All right. So the message basically said, I'm a mother of 4 kids. I have 2 girls, 2 boys. My boys are preteens and teenagers. They're 13 and 9. And I'm looking for a good brother to help me raise my boys. The men in my family, there are no men in my family really that can do this because my brother's dead, my father's dead, their father is dead. And I'm looking for a brother. I'm not looking for any financial support. I'm not looking for any sexual contact. I'm not looking for any
Love.
financial
love,
support
too.
or love.
Or love, yeah.
I'm not looking for these things. I'm just looking for someone who can help me raise these 2 boys. She has 2 girls as well. And she said that I do not want any brother to reach me if you are into polygamy or if you already have someone, because I don't want my sons to grow up with this desire. And basically, as a result of her making this post, a lot of brothers was ripping her apart in the comments.
Rightfully so.
So, as I guess the sister, because the sister who reached out to me wasn't actually the sister who made the post.
But she wanted to know your feedback on it.
No, she didn't want to know my feedback. She really wanted me to reprimand the brothers who were ripping the sister apart for making this statement. Because she didn't understand how brothers could be coming against this sister, you know, when all she's looking for is a quote-unquote good man. And that really, I really sat back and looked at that. And it brought me to a lot of different things, you know, how we look at sisters who have children, you know, already, how they're handled, our responsibility to sisters who have children that don't have fathers. But I preface it with this, you know, first things first, I feel like that was inappropriate for the sister to even post.
Yeah, why you even posting that online for all to see on Facebook? It was like an ad.
Right.
An ad that you just put out.
Right, and you're not going to find a quote-unquote good man online for
Yeah,
posting that.
yo.
That's not going to be how you do it.
Most are going to
sis.
bring it to you, you know, but you got to be doing your good works.
If he sees fit for that to be even your portion.
Exactly.
That might not even be your portion. He might want you to sit down, sis. You already got 4 kids, 2 baby dads. It might be time for you to chill out, sis. And I know a lot of sisters
It might
don't
be
wanna
time for
hear
you
that.
to chill out, sis.
Like, a lot of people don't want to really deal with the reality of that, but
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Yo, in the scriptures, Most High cold, man, left a lot of women lonely, man. No man with them sent them out in the desert type of vibe, man. But, like, sisters got to deal with this. Like, this is real.
like, it's a real thing. But I say that to say this, you know, it's nothing wrong with a sister desiring a mate. You know, it's nothing wrong with that. But things going to be done according to the Most High's will. What stuck out to me is this sister, you already have 4 children by 2 different men, and you telling a brother that he can't have any previous, he can't be a polygamist, meaning he can't come into the situation with another woman involved.
Beggars can't be choosers.
But you coming in a situation with 4 kids by different men.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Can't do
So
that.
where's the and that's the problem, because where's the balance at?
Yeah.
Right, and then a brother made a great point on the post. He said, all right, because you already had specified that you're not in this for sex or for love or anything, so I'm supposed to just come in a relationship to deal with you without love, without physical contact or sexual contact, and I'm supposed to just take care of another brother's kids just off the strength.
But wait,
And
I
only
get
you. It's
it's only you. And I
It's
go,
only
wait,
you.
sister, you a polygamist.
you in truth, she really is.
Yeah. Polyandry. Yeah,
Your sons are watching you have 2 different men. Like they understand that, you know, they're brothers, whatever the dynamic is, but they don't have the same fathers. And that you dealt with different men. You are in turn a polygamist.
As well.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's crazy in the wrong way at that.
Yeah, but
Know
you
what I
know,
mean?
I'm not jacking that post at all. I don't like it.
I didn't really like the post, and
I
I
like
didn't,
that.
and I didn't like the sister reaching out to me like, what can be done? These brothers are off. They're this, they're that. Now I will say, I think that we have to be gentle, you know, with handling certain situations and deal in wisdom. You know, we know our sisters are sensitive about certain things. Not to say that you don't bring them the truth and bring them correction regardless of their feelings, but it's a way to deal in wisdom. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Hopefully the brothers wasn't cursing her out.
No, they weren't cursing her out, but they were
ripping.
ripping her apart. They were saying, you know, the typical things like, you know, it's always a sister who wants to find a good man after she got 4 kids, which is a reality. Like, a lot of people won't talk about it, but
It's
like sister.
It's
like, sister, why couldn't you look for this quote unquote good man before you brought seeds into the world by
that's
another
what
man?
I'm saying.
Because
You understand?
regardless of whether sisters,
And that brings us back to the fact, which is why the father has to smell out the man that the
it's
daughter deals
important.
with.
It's important.
Because now look, I know she wishes she could go back and make that right decision.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't go back. You can't backstep. And I will say that, you know, as brothers, I do feel like as men, as black men, we have an obligation to the fathers. We do. You know, those who don't have fathers. But at the same time, sisters need to understand that if you've made bad choices in your mates, you can't expect a brother to come in with his cape on. You can't have that expectation, and your standards can't be so rigid.
Yeah. You gotta be humble.
And they can't be contrary to the scriptures either.
You gotta
like,
be
I feel
humble.
Like, and then how you gonna come in and be like, yo, I don't want this for my
sons. You gotta be humble. That's what I'm saying.
You already on
you're in no point to make any demands.
That's the thing. Humble. That's gonna be episode 19 though for y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna say
episode 19, man. We're gonna come very spicy for y'all.
Episode 19, we're gonna call it Be Humble.
Yeah, it's gonna be very spicy, man.
No, we call it episode 19 COVID-19 because it's gonna be sick.
COVID-19.
This brother is he's a rapper. He's an MC. He's an MC.
COVID-19.
So he got bars.
Okay.
No, but for real, man, because that's y'all tune in for episode 19.
Yeah, we're gonna save that.
But so you finished on that point?
Yeah. I just want to say, like, you know, we have to have responsibility. But sisters, you got to understand that you put yourself, when you put certain information out there, you got to deal with the responses that you get from it, the backlash you get from it. That's part of it. And you can't come into a situation with rigid demands when you've already done certain things that depreciates your value. And that's just the reality. People don't want to deal with that.
Tune in for episode 19.
Well, we're going to touch on that even more in depth on episode 19.
Yo, tune in, man. So hold on. So let me
y'all know what time it is.
Y'all already know what time it is, man.
We gotta do better. So
Hey, listen. So this segment is basically me bringing out something that we are going through as a people and a solution as well as a scripture to basically enlighten us on how to get on the right track.
How to get on the right track, man.
So while I bring out, you know, the scriptures, Zion is going to break it down for you so you can get a better understanding of it.
Let's do it!
All right. So now we got to do better. Basically, we was touching on this all episode. Now we have to do better on protecting our daughters and making sure that they become outstanding women. You understand what I'm saying? So they're not taken advantage of in this world, because it's a cold world. There's a lot of wolves out there in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is our job to take care of them. So I was going to go into Ecclesiasticus chapter 42, verse 9.
Bring it out.
The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep.
So it's letting you know that a father, a diligent father, a real father, he's going to be waking up for his daughter when she least expected. He's going to be popping up. It ain't going to be none of that closed door. I got my privacy, leave me alone, Dad.
Yeah, no locked doors.
No locked doors.
No locked doors.
You're going to be popping up because you're going to make diligent acquisition to where what's going on with my daughter? Like, what's going on?
Because
you made a diligent inquiry.
You care.
Because you care. Continue.
Right.
When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age.
When she's young, unless she goes out here and some boy is able to take her virginity, that don't mean nothing to her.
And she and be married, lest should be hated.
Be married, lest she should be hated.
Yeah.
So I'm going to impart the right things unto my daughter, so when she's married, her husband don't hate her. Because a lot of sisters, because their fathers didn't teach them what it meant to be a wife, and you know, we run with this whole daddy's little girl, I got my daddy wrapped around my finger, and that's why she gets in a relationship with a man and she don't respect his authority. She don't understand what it means to submit to the authority of a man, and she just fly out disrespectful.
And she can't even recognize when she got a brother who's actually trying to lead her in the ways of righteousness.
Right.
You know what I mean? She's so broken because of whatever she was able to see growing up or not see, that she can't even get with that particular, she can't even perceive it.
In her virginity, lest
she should be defiled and
Right.
gotten with child in her father's house.
Right, in her virginity. You're going to tell her this thing before she's sexually active, lest some brother tell her a couple sweet nothings and end up getting her pregnant. Now she's with child in your house.
In your house.
Now, for a lot of people that don't know, in our culture, that was a shame. It was a shame to be unmarried in your father's house and with child.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get back to making that a standard. It should not be. You know, children, all these children coming in the world out of wedlock. And that's on us as much as it is on the sisters. That's why we're putting the onus on the father.
Right.
Because ultimately, fathers are supposed to steer their daughters in the right direction and really are supposed to be the first example of what a man is to their daughters. If you're not there, then how is she going to know, you know what I'm saying, if she got a real one?
Precisely.
And a woman, and as we said, a woman ain't supposed to be picking her husband by herself, no way. Like that ain't supposed to be happening.
And so how is a father gonna actually be in the picture? Stop getting locked up, right? So how do you stop getting locked up? Stop doing evil, Jake. Stop doing evil in the world. Stop selling drugs to your people. Stop committing black on black crime.
Stop about you gotta provide. I had to do it to provide. Put food on the table. You did it to provide. Man. You put food on the table for a season. Now you're in prison.
Now you in prison.
So you're not.
Providing. So now you out the picture, and here come another brother, right? Like this is legit. I'm actually telling you, this is my life. My father, he was a drug dealer. You know what I mean? He was a drug dealer back in the day. He got locked up for an extent of like 14 years. So here come at the age of 3, my stepfather. This is my life, and this is the life of a lot of our brothers and sisters. So we want to be able to have the biological father and mother be in the home. So stop being evil in that regard, and stop being a deadbeat, Jake. Stop being a deadbeat. But the only way that you're going to care about those things is if you come back onto what is right, what is pure, what is righteous. Mm-hmm. All right?
Okay. And having a husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. Lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies.
So that's what's happening with a lot of I think it was Steven Spielberg's daughter. That's a porn star.
Steven Spielberg's daughter's a porn
Steve
star?
Harvey.
No,
Steve Harvey.
not Steve Harvey, but we
Well,
can
Steve
use
Harvey.
Steve
too.
Harvey's
We can
daughter.
use that as an
Steve
example.
Steve Harvey's daughter, though.
Yeah.
We can
She was
use
in
Lloyd
future,
Harvey.
right?
Yeah, we can use Lloyd Harvey.
Been
as an
passed
example.
around in the industry.
Right, shipping with all these different brothers. Like literally, that's what it's telling you. It's telling you keep your daughter in straightly, meaning you have to deal with her. Not like, listen, we got to get out of the business as black men. Stop trying to be your daughter's damn friend. Stop trying to be your son's damn friend. You're their parent.
This brother say that. Oh, sorry. This brother say that all the time, man. He ain't trying to be his kid.
Yo,
I'm not trying to be my kid's friend. My parents was not my friend. Not my adulthood. You know what I'm saying? My dad, I would consider
Exactly.
him a friend.
But
When I was growing up, my dad was
ain't
not
no
my
friends.
damn friend.
That's a fact.
My mom was not my damn friend.
That's a fact.
You feel me? And I
Same.
appreciate them for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're not
It's a
put here
certain
to be.
respect you got for them now.
Exactly.
They're not put here to be my friends. They put here to be my parents.
That's a fact.
You feel me? Too many times we see men, you get weak with your daughters. The scriptures tell you, be not too cheerful towards your daughters.
Be not too cheerful. Yep.
You not, because then she manipulates you. The first man a woman learns how to manipulate is her dad.
It's her dad. That's a
She
fact.
know how to manipulate all the brothers that come in her life because she finesse her dad.
Yeah, that's
she been
right.
doing it since she was a little girl.
To get that daddy little girl kind of
That daddy little girl, and we're not saying that brothers shouldn't treat their daughters with love and respect
No,
and a
of
certain
course.
level of gentleness.
Of course.
Yes, but at the same time, you are not her friend.
You gotta let them know who's boss. Listen,
Right.
as a man of 2 daughters, trust me.
Right. This
I
brother
be
got the
looking at-
science.
I
He
be
got
looking
2
at my
daughters.
daughters, and she's almost 3, and she's smart as hell.
Yeah, she can look at
She
you.
gives the eye, yeah.
Yeah.
And I be like, hey, no. And she be like,
Right.
she calms down.
Yeah,
You understand
yeah.
what I'm saying?
But she'll try to finesse though.
Of course she tries to finesse.
At 3.
You know how my-
Yeah,
you
at 3,
understand what
she'll
I'm
already
saying?
trying to finesse at 3.
At 3.
She's so cute though.
She's
You see that?
so
She's
cute.
having a
She's
cute
so
face.
cute.
You think they want to
I'm
melt?
telling
You
you.
want to melt like
And you know what's crazy is that's why the Most High wrote these laws, because
Bring you
your
back.
daughter will get you.
Yeah.
No
yeah.
lie, I be catching myself like, damn, should I go hug her after doing that? Like, and be
Right.
No, I gotta stay stern.
Wow.
And I
Yeah,
have to.
that's real, man. That's real.
You know what I mean? And it's not to be mean, it's not to, but it's so she can understand that, yo, listen, I'm your father. I'm not your
father.
friend.
I'm not
And
your
then
friend.
you
You
also
understand?
helping her understand a man's authority, because men will put and given authority over women. Women don't want to deal with it. They want to argue about it. You want to tooth and nail, but that's just the reality of it. The Lord gave men dominion of this earth and also rulership and authority over women. It's just a reality. Read Genesis. Like that happened as a result.
And
So-
again, man, sorry, go ahead.
So we don't say that for brothers to throw their weight around or to mistreat our sisters. We don't say it for that. But to understand the proper order, because there's no order. And we got to get back to what order looks like. We have to, the scriptures tell us to set a standard. We got to set a standard among our people.
But the crazy thing is, it's not like you're saying anything crazy because all the other nations understand that.
You don't see
You don't see the Arabs from the corner store women coming out of line. You understand? They understand the science.
the only women you really see out of order are white women and black women.
Yeah, that's it.
You see white women out of order?
Yeah, well, recently because you gotta understand, white women started the feminist movement, so that's why.
Yeah, but out of order? I feel like damn near the feminist movement and those 4 waves were actually in correlation to furthering
The white
the
supremacy.
overall Caucasian.
I believe
supremacy.
that too.
Of course,
You know what I'm
of
saying?
course.
Which
It's a
was really-
double-edged sword.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you will still see a white woman cussing her man out or
Where?
telling him what to do.
What?
Where?
You'll see that. You'll see that.
Where?
But not as often as
Trust
you
me.
see black women cussing a black man.
I've seen it.
But
I've
you will
seen
see
it.
Where's the Caucasian?
But you
woman?
won't see a Chinese. You don't really see. I've never seen a Chinese woman cussing out a Chinese man or an Arab woman cussing out an Arab. You don't see that.
Yeah, you definitely don't see that.
But
No.
you will see instances where white women and their husbands are at odds and black women. But I say that to say we got to get out of that mentality. We got to understand that there are order, there's structure. I have a role, you have a role that the Most High gave me, and let's walk in these roles to the best of our ability.
And we need to get back to the role.
Right, and brothers, man, again, you can't be. Don't take onto yourself this posture of being a tyrant.
Yeah,
in your
lion
home,
in
you
your
know what I'm saying?
house.
Yeah, be not as a lion in thy house. Don't be roaring everywhere. Roar, I need this to be done. Roar, get my, you know what I mean? Don't be doing all of that. As the brother was bringing out before, love your wife. Love your wife, man, and truly dwell with her in knowledge.
Yeah.
Dwell with her in
We
knowledge.
do fail in that. Know what I mean, sometimes I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to, certain brothers, especially when you're used to putting that truth out there, it's like you go back home, and it's like you feel like you're still out there in the streets preaching. Know what I mean? You gotta be more delicate with your woman.
This brother
So
giving you
that
the
is-
true,
so that
real
is- that
life
is true.
science right
You know,
here.
because if you're out and you're preaching to people, you know what I mean? You do have that voice of a roaring lion. You know what I mean?
Yes. In the streets have the voice of a roaring
you need to
lion.
calm it down when it comes to
Right,
your
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a fact we
Yeah,
said.
so
Right, but a righteous woman, you ain't gonna have to do all of that because she's gonna already respect your authority
and that's a
and
fact.
understand that
And
the
that's a
Lord put
fact.
you in a particular position in that household.
That's a
And
fact.
she gonna respect that. She ain't gonna buck against that. She's
Exactly.
not gonna challenge that. She's not gonna try to usurp that.
So it's, like you said, it's one hand washes the other.
One
quid
hand
pro
washes the
quo.
other. Yeah,
Now I
yeah,
mean
yeah,
the frequencies.
exactly.
Once the frequencies are aligned, everything's gonna go smooth.
It's just
Like
gonna
basically
go
what you're saying.
smoother. Yes.
So
bring it. All right.
okay, I'm bringing it out. All right, and so just for content, I'm gonna go back a little bit. We'll go back a sentence. Lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude.
And that's what happens when you are a man and you have a daughter that's just off the chain doing this, that, and everything.
Yeah.
You look bad and you are a laughing stock and a proverb among the people.
Yeah.
Remember your man Lawrence Fishburne and his daughter was wilding?
Oh,
And she was a prostitute or she was in porno or something like that?
Who was killing it? Brian Pumper?
Oh, your
With the
man
fake
Brian.
chain.
Oh, your man Brian.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
your man Brian Pumper. That's throwback, yo. Wow, that's throwback. But yeah, man. So that's exactly that. So here you have a brother,
That's crazy.
Lawrence Fishburne, who's a prominent actor. A lot of people know him. So then, damn near everywhere he go, somebody who has caught wind of his child
All his
running
enemies.
amok.
And you know the
Soiling his
media,
name.
the media
Exactly.
is the black man's enemy.
Of course it is.
So once they get a hold of that news, they're gonna put it out there.
They're gonna try to
Like,
use
that
it
was
to
on
soil
top of
his
the
name.
Exactly,
of course.
exactly.
That was on top of the news for freaking
Yeah,
a
for a
little minute.
while. Yeah, for a while.
Know
You
what I
know,
mean?
and there's more cases of that as well.
Of course. So just to give it even more substance to the arranged marriage thing, we're gonna go to Ecclesiastes or Ecclesiasticus.
Now this is in the
chapter
Apocrypha.
7, verse 25,
Don't you just love the Bible?
which says, "Marry thy daughter,
Do what?
marry thy daughter,
Uh-huh.
and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter."
So the Lord is letting us know that it's a weighty matter to marry thy daughter, and that's something you should be looking to do.
Right.
What is a weighty matter, brother?
That it's something that takes a great deal of care.
Exactly.
It takes a great deal of gravity.
Yeah, it's
Right.
real. It's real heavy.
It's a heavy. It's a
It's a
significant
heavy-
thing. Yeah. You marry off your daughter. That's a legitimate. That's legit.
Your decision.
You're doing a great thing.
Your decision ultimately will decide the future of your daughter
And really of your lineage.
and your lineage. For that
Ooh, of your
fact, your
lineage.
bloodline counts on your decision. So that is a weighty matter.
Absolutely.
But give her to a man of understanding, which means you're not going to give your daughter to just any bozo.
And listen at the
understand?
language that's being used. I really want to highlight the language that's being used. It's saying to give her.
Yeah.
To give her.
To a
Again,
man.
it's telling you to give her to a man. So it's
Give
letting
her.
you know it's still using
Exactly.
language that suggests that a wife is a possession.
Exactly.
And you know what's so hypocritical about y'all? You know what's so hypocritical about y'all? Is that y'all might not be jacking what the Bible is saying right now about a father giving away his daughter. But what do y'all do when y'all get married?
A father
When you
giving
walk down
away-
the aisle,
Yeah.
The father gives her hand.
Yeah.
why
a
does
little-
the father give away his daughter?
Yo, because you know they gotta put a little truth in that little bullshit.
You see how hypocritical
You
y'all
understand?
are? You see that? The woman gonna
That's
wear
the
a
white man's version of it.
the
White man's version.
The woman gonna wear that white dress knowing she ain't a virgin. She gonna wear that white dress.
And I gonna hold you. That white dress is supposed to symbolize her virginity.
Listen, you can.
Y'all didn't even know that.
I'd reach, and I say that that's the whole tokens of virginity kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
getting into that
Ultimately,
realm.
yeah.
like in that
Yeah.
realm of thought. You know what I mean?
That's what that is. That's what scripture is telling you. Scripture, first of all, marriage is a scriptural thing. So if you don't believe in scripture, why get married?
Yeah, don't get married. If you don't
Don't get
believe
married
in-
because marriage is a part of scripture. Know what I mean?
It's a biblical concept.
It's a biblical, yeah.
You see America. You see how America does? In God we trust. The laws of the land are predicated upon the Bible. I don't know if you knew that.
Right. That's literally where the Constitution was created.
And this, brothers and sisters, the Bible is your constitution. It's your constitution. It's your laws. It's your Bill of Rights. It's your document to know how to navigate this wicked world.
That's a fact.
Why don't you get it? I know why, because you're blinded by the Most High.
Right.
Okay.
Finish it out.
The God of this world.
The God of this world.
Hast thou a wife after thy mind?
Oh, okay.
Forsake her not.
Verse 26.
But give not thyself over to a light woman.
So that's just really some more game for brothers.
Oh,
It's telling you.
Game for brothers.
It's letting you know the scripture, but look at the language being used. We reading this out of the Bible.
If
Reading
she
this out
like,
of the Bible.
don't deal with it. Man.
Right.
Listen,
Not
it
light
says,
skin. She can be light
if
skin.
thou findest a woman after thy mind. Meaning this is a woman who has a mentality,
That you have.
yes, that you have, but she has a mindset to line up and
Exactly.
align herself
Exactly.
with what you
With
envision.
your mission. Yes.
You feel me?
Exactly.
It says, read the scripture again, brother.
Oh, wait. Hast thou a wife after thy mind?
After thy mind. A wife after thy mind. You're after his mind. Meaning you after his thoughts. You're after his vision.
And I also eventually say, people might say I'm reaching. I'll also venture to say she's after thy mind, meaning she's chasing, she's going after, she's trying, she's seeking. You know what I mean? Your mind is being sought after because you the prize.
Man, hey, listen,
Because you the prize.
that's a fact.
Because the husband is the prize. Come on.
I actually see a sister post that too the other day on
Too much.
Facebook.
Yeah.
And it was just pandemonium. She said, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, but I'm starting to think that men are really the prize.
She said that?
Yeah.
Man, I got to befriend that sister. Shout out to that sister. Yep.
Yeah, she said it. But you know,
Wow.
pursuant to the facts that we brought out last pod,
Yeah, that was last
that's
pod.
really, I mean, that's really what it is. But
Exactly.
we're not gonna beat that horse. But
Yeah.
Forsake her not,
Uh-huh.
but give not thyself over to a light woman.
So meaning a brother is not supposed to give himself to a woman who's not after his mind. A woman who's focused on what she want to do, being here, there, and everywhere. She already has it in her mind what it is their future's
Yo,
going
give
to
me
be.
some love on that, man. Go ahead, continue what you're saying. Just give me some love on the scriptures, man. Those are
Yo,
incredible
man, you
scriptures.
know,
Yeah,
you know.
great
Yeah.
scriptures. So yeah, it just basically gives us the checks and balances. This is how things should go. And whether y'all like it or not, the scripture were written from a male's perspective, because the Most High's voice is to the sons of men. You feel me? That's why he gave us the order that God is the head of Christ, who's the head of man, who's the head of woman, who's the head of children.
Yo, but you
this
gotta
brother's
understand.
giving
Don't
science.
you notice that everything that can make things, you know, come into a perfect harmony are outlawed in today's society?
Yeah.
Like, people don't look at that funny. Like, everything that can make everything right, all the scriptures that can make everything right are things that society is against.
Yeah, they
Why
vilify.
is that?
Yeah, they vilify.
Why do y'all want to make it hard?
Because this world is out of sync with the Lord.
Of course.
There's no knowledge of the Most
This
High
is
in
the
this
devil's
land.
world, man.
There's no knowledge of the Most High in this land, man.
Once
So-
you find out it's the devil's world, you'll understand it clearly, man.
Man, so you know, we gotta do better, bro.
Yo, brothers, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta do better. You just gotta do better. So, what is that? That's episode 18 in the books, man.
Yeah.
Put a stamp on that, yo. I enjoyed this part greatly.
Yo, damn,
Yeah,
I think we that's 2 hours.
That was another 2 hours. I ain't gonna hold you. There was a lot of people that was saying they really enjoyed the 2 hour part.
Oh, word.
Yeah, they said they enjoyed the 2 hour part
Yeah,
because we were really
it's
giving the
COVID-19.
science. And it's COVID-19.
Yeah, ain't doing
and you
nothing.
ain't doing nothing anyway,
Right, so
man.
tune in.
You ain't doing anything anyway, so just tune in. So like, comment, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend. Have some people over at the crib if you ain't scared of social distancing. That's social distancing, right? You see what Cuomo did, right? We was looking at it earlier.
Oh, yeah. First of all, he's talking about fining people $1,000.
$1,000.
Cuomo! Nobody's working. Who's paying out $1,000? Get out of here.
Right, people not even paying rent in April.
You understand what I'm saying? What are you talking about? Or whatever.
What about
man.
that? They making you pay? They're making y'all pay
Yeah,
rent.
I
in April?
paid my rent. I ain't got time to be dealing with seeing a statement with 2 months rent on it next month. I don't
Just
have
in
time.
case, right?
I'm gonna play with y'all. Just here, all this.
Just take that. You ain't out the routine. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I just
man.
kept it base.
I
But
hear
listen, man, one thing I'm going to say is, brothers and sisters, stop letting that fear rule your heart, man.
That's
Y'all
right,
in fear
man.
too much, man. Like, lighten up, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm seeing people just scrambling all crazy. I'm just going through life like whatever, man. Like, know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, happens. The Most High is controlling everything. That's how I'm moving during this COVID-19. You know what I mean?
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Right.
Y'all ain't
Exactly.
seen nothing
This ain't
yet,
nothing.
baby.
He's
This ain't
getting
nothing.
warmed up.
The Most High just getting
Wait-
warmed up.
wait
you know
till-
what I mean?
wait
America
till-
copping guillotines.
Hey, you
You know what
understand?
I'm saying?
Wait
Mass
till you
graves
see.
are being dug.
Wait till you see your neighbor's head get chopped off.
Come on.
You gotta get
man.
a chip put in you. Your freaking your homegirl down the street get raped. Now I mean, wait till it get that real. Because I'm not even gonna hold you. It will get that real.
It is going to.
This is written. On that note, now I mean, that's episode 18, man.
That's it.
Episode 18 in the MFing books, man. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all want to say anything in passing?
Nah.
In closing? I always gotta give that.
Out your heart, boy.
Get the hatred out your heart.
Or you gonna end up just another nigga.
You gonna end up just another nigga, man. We want y'all to be non-niggas, yo. We off y'all.